some exciting news we're going to get right back into, of course. I had Mark Tewksbury on to start the show, being named to the Order of Canada, and in particular being named as a companion of the Order of Canada, which is pretty special. And now another honor as well was bestowed the day that was announced to Tessa Virtue, her partner Scott Moyer as well. But Tessa Virtue, 3-time world champ, 3-time Olympic champion, named to the Order of Canada on Friday. And she's joining us here on the lunch. What's going on, Tessa?
Hi, Andy. How are you?
I'm good. Girl, you've had so many things going on. The last time you and I spoke was in March. We were supposed to get together for a glass of adult beverage at the World Championships in Montreal. And then we all know what happened to the world. And my, oh my, things have been still ticking along for you. Congratulations on this Order of Canada. What was your initial reaction?
Thank you so much. And we'll have to make up for that, that date at some point. I just can't believe the time has flown by. But my reaction was that it was not real. Like, I thought it was kind of a joke. I didn't know. Sometimes you get those scam phone calls from the government or tax people, and you're never sure if it's real. So It took some time for it to digest and really register. And it wasn't until I had known for a little while, and it wasn't until Friday that, it truly sunk in. And you used the word honor. That's exactly what it is. I just feel so incredibly humbled by this. And, it's made me really reflect on how grateful I am that we were surrounded by such an extraordinary team of people, because nothing like this could ever be achieved without a great support team, around us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, so true. It's funny. Even Mark said, he goes, Revenue Canada? Like, do I owe back taxes? Like, what's happening here? I always love hearing the initial reaction. And you've been so great in sharing things on social media, letters you wrote when you were younger and then never would have thought this would ever happen. I mean, do you chalk this right up there as well? Like, never thought I'd win this, never thought I'd win that, never thought I'd get the Order of Canada. How do you digest not just this type of honor, but it's because of the great things you've done in sport that led to that moment?
Well, it's funny, that list you just recited sounds a lot like the text messages I was sending Scott. Can you believe it's been a year since our last show? Can you believe this is really happening? Like, I feel we've both been sort of looking back quite a bit. No, I honestly can't believe it. And I think it's a testament to the power of sport and how it can unite a nation, how it can bring the world together on a certain stage, and how it can make people feel. I mean, those stories really resonated, and I was so proud of Mark, because he's taken that far beyond sport as well, and all of the work that he does with inclusion and, pushing the boundaries and changing the landscape, the climate of sport is critical. And it's just so nice to see that recognized. But no, I still can't believe that, those little kids at 7 and 9 skating around the ice that couldn't see over the boards are invested into the Order of Canada.
Tessa Virtue joining me here on the lunch. Obviously, the lasting memory that a lot of people have, 2018 Pyeongchang. And you and Scott made your comeback, right? Because you had stepped away. You never said you had retired, but you had stepped away for a year, and a lot of people wondered, and a lot of people were nervous because of just, again, your contribution to the sport and how great you were in ice dance. And then you come back. When you look at that decisive moment where you and Scott said, this is the year we come back, these are the Olympics we're going to strive for, what do you think of that moment that led to, again, just more greatness being given back to the sport?
Well, that's kind of you to say. In that moment, it didn't seem like a risk. It didn't seem crazy. Now I look back and understand why everyone thought it might be. But we were just so aligned and invested in this idea of pushing ourselves, pushing our own capabilities and trying to reach our potential. So we were so caught up in the goal and the details of what it would take to achieve that, we weren't thinking too far beyond that. And I'm so glad that we did actually come back. We really weren't sure after the 2014 Olympics. We really thought that was it for us. And having had the chance to spend 2 years, simulating the Olympic Games every single day and stepping onto the Olympic ice knowing that there wasn't one stone left unturned. We were so prepared. I mean, that's the best thing you can ever feel as an athlete. So that moment was always what it was about. And of course, then the accolades and the honors that come afterwards are, surprising in that they're bonuses. And, it's amazing that our passion and our love for the sport seemingly transcends that. And that will take some time to wrap my head around.
Well, yes, as Tessa Virtue is joining us here on the lunch. I mean, definitely you had such an influence on so many young skaters, continuing to have an influence on them. And I love that you're still in the spotlight, Tessa, because, I absolutely love that, we are seeing a Canadian Olympic champion get that recognition as well. And I'm sure, as you know, like in the past, we always wondered if, enough was being done for Canadian Olympians, right? Like what happens once they're not an Olympian anymore? And I'm just so happy that, you're still in the spotlight, but also that you're doing other things in life that you wanted to do. I mean, tell me about, wait a second, this is a voluntary going back to school thing? What is this, right? So you're taking the Queen's Executive MBA program. What prompted this?
Well, thank you for the compliments, by the way, but I've known for quite some time that I would go back to school in some sort of capacity, and I think leading into Sochi, maybe I was thinking law school, and then as retirement age got older and older, I realized, okay, maybe an MBA is better suited to me, but I think there's a little more room for creativity as well. And I mean, much like you, whenever I'm taking on a challenge or a task, a new project, I want to learn as much as I possibly can about it. And now I'm sort of being thrown into the business realm in a different way, and I want to earn some credibility. I want to know, what I'm talking about. And, part of that was a strategic buffer, because I think leaving sport, being so singular focused, and being goal oriented, I knew that I needed this structure in place, to set my sights on something and dive in and create an action plan and work really hard at something new. And then another part of that is just wanting to challenge myself, wanting to broaden my horizons, expand my knowledge base.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, my goodness, good for you. You've always been an achiever. This doesn't surprise me then that you're taking on this next task. But I can't let you go without asking about Zoe. Who, okay, tell me about Zoe.
She's the best. I forget, do you have pets?
I do. I have a Cavapoo named Pepper. So,
Pepper.
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
so
she's a
the
nutball.
Yeah, there's no better feeling or no better love. It's been so much fun having her around. She's just she's the funniest little bean.
Oh, that is so cute. Yeah, and I wonder how you've been doing as well in COVID. Obviously a lot of people are obviously trying to stay connected with loved ones and everything, but we can't underestimate the power of an animal in our lives during this time where, we still are doing a lot of things virtually and we still can't go out. And, I wonder the timing of it all too and the importance of having Zoe in your life now.
Oh, you're so right. And this was never an option for me when I was home one day a month and traveling so much, although it was a dream for such a long time. And you're right. I think we're all missing that human touch, the human connection. And having an animal really helps. Honestly, everyone I talk to and every time I call home or any of my friends and family, I'm always pushing for them to also get dogs because it's the best kind of feeling. And it's been really fun to, invest so much energy and time into this little munchkin. And you're right. I think it's calming and it's a nice stress release, especially given all of the chaos that's happening around us.
That's for sure. Well, maybe that's what we'll have to do. We'll create our own little dog pack and then just have quote unquote water bottles as we sit on the curb and catch up on life.
I love it. I love it. I look forward to that.
Tessa, thank you so much for taking the time. And again, congratulations on another well-deserved honor.
Thanks, Andy. Great speaking with you.
That is Tessa Virtue, 3-time world champ, 3-time Olympic champion, named to the Order of Canada on Friday, along with Scott Moir, her ice dance partner. So they were honored for their athletic excellence and for inspiring a new generation of figure skaters for so long, just dominating that ice in the world of ice dance as well. And it was so wonderful to be able to call a lot of their performances and watch them perform. And I mean, 2018, they just left that mark on us. We knew it was going to be their final Olympics, and boy, did they ever go out with a bang. It was just incredible to watch them, and they have left a mark. And I meant what I said about, it's still so great to see Tessa in the limelight. I mean, you see her on commercials, you see her in ads, obviously if you follow her on social media. And the reason why I bring that up is because for so long, I mean, we've had that conversation in the sports landscape in Canada that a lot of our Olympic medalists, and in particular our Olympic champions, don't get that private sponsorship the way a lot of the American athletes do, right? For Canadian athletes, for so long, it was such a bone of contention where you could win the highest honor in your sport. You come back to your country, you get your parade, you get your recognition, and then it's gone. Then what? What happens, right? And then you see all these American Olympic gold medalists who are signing, 6-digit, 7-digit figures with private sponsors. And we're like, I mean, I get it. Don't get me wrong. Our countries are different as far as population and private sector and everything. But I'm just so happy. And that's why I say, I'm happy that Tessa's doing that. And I hope that is something that can encourage and motivate more of the private sector when it comes to our Olympians and what they've accomplished and how they deserve to continue earning that living once their sport is over, once, they're done. But, not have their accomplishments be forgotten either. And again, getting named to the Order of Canada on Friday is another wonderful way of shining a spotlight on that wonderful accomplishment of Tessa Virtue and Scott Moir's career.